Hi. Doing a replay review for Scorpions. This is from a series of scrims from Sunday, so 1-3. Yeah, and in a way, yeah, we're just sort of going to jump right into it. The caveats here are going to be is that due to the way everything shook out, um, Scorpions were going to be playing up a lot. So it's kind of like, well, let's take a lot of this with a grain of salt. So we'll see. We'll see if there's like just kind of anything that's worth looking at here. Yeah, that's hard to defend. Like, if you're not committed, you. Okay, so. Yeah. So to help Rogue out here. Like, if your goal is to read the rebound, again, it's kind of like you need to be far back. Like, Rogue just keeps going, even kind of boosts there. You just kind of need to sit on it. And, like, because this is a lot like reading off your own backboard. You need to be up for this ball, and just, like, waiting and reading, like, and again, like, for Rogue's kind of basically playing up as well into tier 4. Well, I think historically Rogue's been, on the bubble. So for tier 4 in IGL, that's Diamond 2 and Diamond 3. So he's just been hanging around this. So, like, this is, I think. He may actually be tier 4 and, like, the team, yeah, because season 1, whatever. Anyways, the point still stands regardless, is that you want to give yourself. This is. I mean, even the line here is bad when there is one car on the field. So this is just, you got to get, in a way for Rogue, they have to get better at reading that. So the team's labeled, yeah. I'm just gonna change this because there's not gonna be anything more in here. Okay. That's fine. Tequila just needs to watch, that's a case of just need to make sure you get that right. Because those are very dangerous to kind of turn on because you're on the outside now. Okay. So Rogue's gonna come here off the respawn. Yeah? So it's probably hindsight, and I think Rogue will agree. Probably could have actually just like flipped forward at it to block it. Like, it's a good effort. So yeah, I mean that's the only thing. So like, what happened here? Okay, so Tequila moves up. Tequila, you can rush this ball. Like you don't have to you don't have to full challenge, so you could basically fake challenge. And the reason is like suddenly you're the one, so this is just kind of like overriding some of the instincts or whatever. But yeah, I think Tequila could have at least fake challenges and made them try and do something. So. My Rocket League crashed because of course it did. Nope. I pressed a button. I mean, really, if only Sony could play nice. So, yeah. So for Fox, so without having access to comms, I'm not really sure here, but like, so this is actually east-west line crossing. I think Fox can rotate back here, see what happens with Tequila, Ike, whatever. I hate when names don't match. And then Fox can probably challenge. But this kind of gets a player stuck in no man's land. Like, and this is kind of like what teaches. Like, there's not really reason to be stacked here. Like, this isn't a diamond double stack, but it's getting close. Because there's not really much here. Because really, like, even if Tequila gets a ball, like, Fox should be thinking about making some space here. So, I mean, really, it's just, the best thing is just you could take a wide circle back, um, and then reevaluate. It's just there's no space here. And again, part of the problem is caused by Tequila not really going for this ball, because like this still could have happened, and Fox could be up, but now Fox is in no man's land and can't do anything. And I need to check my Discord. Hold on, I got admin duties. Man, this is a mess already. Okay, so anyways. Okay. So, yeah. That ball got away from Ike. It's a little dangerous to challenge there because teammates aren't behind Ike yet, so that's kind of like just weighing the risk rewards. What the? Because I'm. We'll get this team sorted out. Just friendly reminder for Ike, just kind of check the back. Anyways, you should be, if you think you're going to be the two, like, you should space out. And like, he does move, but like, again, that's stacking. And like, here, yeah. Here, like, you just need to be checking for teammates just to make sure. So. Okay. All right. Hey, finally we got. First of all, players stay in the zone way too long. Okay. Okay. Finally, this comes up. So this is something I briefly mentioned to the Scorpions last night, so it's not even in their minds here. Um, so this is in part why comms, and just because 2 is 2 doesn't necessarily mean the ball, even though actually Fox's goals are here. So here's why. Rogue needs a call for this kind of immediately, and this is kind of where, you know, the mental traits such as vision and awareness come in, and you call stuff out ahead of time. The reason why is Rogue is going to hit this ball theoretically coming like this. He's also going to hit head on, so he's got the whole net. Fox is going to be approaching it like I don't even know how. But it's probably going to be where he's going to be trying to bound it with the top of his car. So Fox has a better shot. Now, obviously, there are times to consider that, yes, we should be crossing the east-west line here. But, and, you know, let's just kind of see how this play develops. Yeah. So Fox is kind of pushed too far right a little bit. And again, like, I sort of understand that. It's actually kind of sort of correct, just based on like how the play is going, is that I might not get a hard touch. Based on the situation, it's sort of correct to actually be kind of positioned here. But the minute this ball pops down, like, so to explain, like, in order for Rogue to have a good hit off Fox, Fox needs to just bang it back out. Yeah, and that looks like a call out, but Fox probably should just stay off of this, because it's just going to make Rogue's job more difficult. It's a good block. I don't know what Rogue could have done there if they were hoping wide. Yeah. So kind of I just kind of like wait, actually like sitting there. There's sort of a case to be made. Just sit behind the post. Just because, like, you don't know if Rogue's going to get this ball. And then you can read it. You can read it afterwards. And, like, there's a lot of fine lines on this. So that was no boost from Rogue. Maybe just suggestion for maybe next time, just rather than try and go for the shot, go for the corner. To set yourself up to bang the ball centered off the corner. At Dyke. Yeah, so if Ike was trying for a redirect, fine, but again, just I'd be really careful about staying in. And this is hit then flip for Rogue. No, actually flipped after, but actually don't boost towards the ball, Rogue. Like, which is hard because, again, I have said this with the caveat is don't ask me to shoot, but like, you basically do what I do and sky the ball. So, and looking at it, yeah, it looks like you're boosting. Just kind of need to just get a little bit over. So the reason on that is if you're not carrying as much speed, you kind of do this. So you kind of go like that. Whereas when you're boosting, your elevation's like this. So it's a good challenge. Nice. Yep, stick with it. Throw it out in the middle. Yeah, so that's good. That's good there. So there's actually a great teaching moment here. So this is a weird breakdown on the other side too. Okay. So, teaching moment here. So, I don't know what what kind of rotation Tanuki's doing. Like, gonna hit the ball. Like, your primary concern should be trying to get the back post, cover the net, because Kaneki is way out of position. Like, so it's like goes for a half foot. Yeah, this is just some really bad cherry picking because it's like, if that ball isn't coming, like I would always just say, just turn back. You can always turn back for it. But what you can't do is like, what happens if your teammate loses the ball? Like there's no consideration in this play. This isn't even like down distance. This is reckless. And you're just so far out of the play. Like this only accounts for the good scenario. This doesn't account for, minimum the other 2/3 of the scenarios where it's a 50, goes straight up, doesn't go anywhere, or there's a 50 loss. So, this is choosing very bad percentages. Like at some point, if that ball is not coming, like it has to be on the player to recognize. Like I think I should think about getting back. And they sort of do, but they're in no position to save that. So I don't even think like Jay Boygan here is gonna much less be at fault. Like comes back. Yep, like, I would probably I would probably say you're not gonna get there. Just wait. Just wait. Like, yeah. Because you can wait for the ball to come at you. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much all there is to it. You're in a rough situation, but I prefer waiting because if he puts it over you, like that's probably a goal. Now I can understand Jay Boygan like challenging here in a way because you see kind of Tanuki coming back. But I do just kind of prefer waiting a little bit because it's different if you have a chance for a 50, but here it's I'm speaking from experience. You're just better off just trying to go up. So and actually just you kind of want to sit far post because it's like here it's like you're not going to get this ball. So in a way, sitting here and buying time actually gives people time to get back. Because then Rogue could like try and bring it out, and then you just go up and challenge. So. Yeah, and that's going to play the rest of the time. Because that doesn't have an auto shut off. It's the only one that doesn't. Unless it keeps track of how many times the ball's been scored. Okay, so we're for Rogue here. Just don't. Rogue's been talked about this. Rogue, don't do this. Don't do this as stuff. Like, especially. Like, especially as you know that Fox is being demoed, just make a beeline. Also, you're not like sure you can try and catch the ball right now, but you're better off turning back, waiting for Jay Boykin to make whatever hit they're going to make, and then go from there. So they're demoing, but like nothing's coming of it. So we're not in useless demo territory, but we might be in Unforgiven demo territory. Yeah, I feel like I could have killed forward momentum there. Because you can always readjust for the tap down. And I think that's... Rogue just couldn't get that because it was just over the crossbar. Probably. Yeah, so this is correct to turn. Yeah. Probably learning how to, fast aerial, double jump aerial, whatever. Would have actually given you probably a slightly better chance. I don't know if you would put it away, but you would probably had a chance to be above the ball better. And may have been able to knock it down. Sorry. Just... Okay, so let's get back into it. So much in the same vein. Just double jump. Yeah. Probably there for Rogue. Probably could have caught it. That's kind of a mistake I make. trying to hit the ball harder. I just waited. Okay, there's a swap out here. So we have 8 minutes of overtime, assuming. I love the replay bar. You lose like the 4 seconds of nonsense, whatever, from the game time because of replay viewing and whatnot, but yeah. See, I should not. I don't. Okay. I mean, I could start get Ike turning on that, but I think like that touch, that there needs to be more thought on that touch. Like it's kind of a bang to Tate that. While Tate probably is the best shooter of the 3 right now on the pitch, that's tough for Tate to get to. Comms, gentlemen. Tate should not really be challenged for that ball. I don't know if this is like, these are both, I mean, I'd assume these are both tier 4 teams. The 2 tier 4 teams from the scrim. Nice. So, much like the goal, someone voluntarily decides to take themselves out of play for no reason. You know, I'm sure it's part of their game plan. But, you know, that's really all I need to say on that. So Kaneki tries to control, but does get hit. That's actually like kind of a good bump. So okay. So J Boy should not be going here. Like he can see that we'll say charitably from point of view that one teammate is going upfield. You cannot keep pace with the second here. You have to be prepared for something to go wrong. Like there's again, we are I keep saying like down in distance. Like this is it's 1-1 in overtime, and I get like in scrim, but like if this is a league match, this is like disastrous. Like like you're at least 50% responsible for this goal, as well as your idiot teammate who charged downfield like a solo queue teammate. But I mean, like you just can't do this. This is just this is poor awareness. Like you just have to stay back, wait for things to develop, and go from there. Like again, and also like if Kaneki gets like a second touch on it, it's like should go to Tanuki. So like again, this is kind of like a pointless charge, and like just pulling out wide, like you know, it's just really bad. It's really bad defensive positioning. Like it's just huge creeping where there's really no benefit to it. So Rogue loses a 50, but wins the second 50 and hits the person out of the way, and Ike's there for the cleanup. Nice block there. Yeah, you can wait. Like, that's good on Rogue to wait there on the offensive. Like, there's no point charging up. Just kind of good offensive pressure there. Like, Rogue sticks on, wins the 50. So, is there anything the opponents could have done better? Well, let's find out. So Caden kind of misses. So again, I think this is just, you have to have the awareness. So they're late in pulling off. This feels like a comm breakdown. So part of it does have to be on the, partially on your teammate. Your teammate has to say, I don't got it. But again, at some point, you just have to use better judgment and come back. So just like slightly off. Does kind of go back. Yeah, might have turned up too quick. Just would have been better, to carry a little bit more momentum. It's funny. It's like actually the momentum break to kind of turn up towards the ball and Rogue kind of killed some of the momentum. Whereas, you know, had they been back a little bit more, might have had a better chance to save it. It's pretty close. I mean, again, the only fault I would have there is, you know, just didn't turn back quick enough. So yeah, wait. This just might be a beat. This has gone the wrong way. Like challenges. Comes back far post. Yeah. I think this is just actually a simple case of just like getting beat. And then again, just in a way, like just like the minor things, you know, that separate, you know, having a chance to, you know, have a 15% chance to a 40% chance of like saving the ball. Again, I'm not even sure if Caden could have saved the ball had they done what I might have done, but still. So I don't know what matchup this is, but obviously, since this was basically like 3 hours blocked of just some 45-minute sessions, scrims, like, you know, even if this is the third session, which I think it is, you know, there's some mental fatigue. This is definitely different than league play. You know, you're now kind of moving into tournament setting where you just have to be mentally sharp. Hold on one second. Just to make note, you don't really need to be up for that. Just try and get back. It's more like just try and get back. And I say that in part because you know that they double committed, and they kind of land this area. So yeah, it also here, like, Ike is back, and yeah, it might mess Ike up. So it's Ike's decision to make. So just come back, you know, be ready. Yeah, that's also for Tate. That's just reading off the backboard. Kind of need to be aware if, like, there's someone up, which is always hard to tell. But and I say this about the backboard because everybody like learns to read those initially by free training and all that, where there's no one around. And especially in defensive zone, it's always good to assume that's a nice save. To assume that someone is challenging, which is why I say you need to be up earlier. Block. Just go back. Just go back. Like, yeah, yeah. The minute Rogue lays off this ball, I should be thinking about going back. And, like, this is the same thing I've been harping about. Like, this is, like, that's 50 territory. Like, what are you going to do? Like, and you get, like, such a poor touch because you're not even going forward, you're going back. So just go back. Just go back. That was a good try by Rogue. Could they have done it any better? Yeah. Yeah, like for Rogue again, like slow down here. Because like you still have to. If the ball's free, you'll get there. But again, like Dragonfishy could be hitting the ball out. So like, and you may have to be first there. So just like slow down. Yeah, and you don't have to boost in the ball. And again, like the reason is like even before this, like you have like this half of the net to shoot at. So like all you have to do is just take your time here and just put the ball in the back of the net. And that way you aren't like forced to like send it back the other way. Because again, even then, like yeah, like you're carrying some speed. Like you still have that whole left side. So that's just like why again, like taking your time. Take your time, it's valuable. I don't know whose ball that is, but that should be communicated. And again, to clarify, it doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. Just if it's communicated, go with the decision and like play accordingly. Because that's what this is for, is to work that shit out. It probably should have been Rogue's ball, to be honest, but here we are. Okay. So, surprise, surprise. I mean, I wasn't expecting to find a lot of stuff. Like, there was some weird stuff. Like, you know, for the most part, like, the two games, like, so I'm not going to even attempt to go back over the 92. But like, you know, there's some minor mistakes here, but I mean, like, these are actually like, you know, from the Scorpion side, like some decently played games. Like again, it's because you know I was doing my bad broadcasting because I didn't want to get on the field because the main three haven't played in a while. So like, you know, so I wasn't there for comms and wasn't there to give advice. So, you know, there's some stuff there. And obviously we covered some of the minor stuff. But like for the most part, like it's not like we had a whole list of things to do to go over. So yeah. I guess let me check Discord. What's going on? Wherever. Yeah, good on Rand Panda. Well, yeah, let's cram in what we can. This is just a straight kickoff goal, isn't it? Okay. Someone needs. I can't. I was in comms for most of this. I don't even know who called for this. I probably said someone should have called for it. Which means is at some point I should have recorded the Discord call, but whatever. So this is just defensive advice. Yeah. So I think this totally happens at this level. So again, to take everything into account, hey, far post rotation. Because it's just, like, the problem is, like, I don't... It's a funny name in this case. Like, I don't think, like... Perception may not necessarily be aware where they're at. It kind of feels like a little bit more ball watching. So, yeah. Again, it's just... I hate to keep harping on this, but... Start with the far post rotation, then figure it out from there on a lot of stuff. So, because perception was still been in place for a save after Rogue's miss. So, since apparently these replays are playing at 125. Okay, I actually didn't mind that. I think I said that. I made note. I was like, I actually like that. That's again something you do have to get right, but Alright, don't sit on the ball like that. Like, you have to... Again, if Tate said he got, that's fine. But, like... Yeah. Because, like, if Rage got all that, correctly got all that, that was their goal. Probably not much Rogue could have done there. Um, yeah. So that's fine to cut. It's difficult because I don't think I could have gotten there. It's surprisingly just probably taking your time getting there. Also, just on the defensive play, that's really why you need to hard communicate and not cut your teammate off. Although, funny enough, like, you know, if pinched correctly, that would have been a gold for the blue side as well. Yeah, take and turn on that. Yeah, I just want to catch. Yeah, Rogue just needs to hit that better. Rogue got caught creeping there a little. I will say this, I know the opponents definitely had their chances. I mean, putting the ball in the back of the net is a skill that I don't have. So, yeah, so I think Tate said cut. He cut it and didn't say anything. Yeah. I mean, it's a good out by Rogue. Just cause a little interference. Again, with already Rogue's, well, what I consider the documented shooting troubles I had. Don't know what they put away, but it's still Rogue's ball. Like, because I think Rogue had the better opportunity. It's nice. Yeah, there's... I think they called it out that there's a lot to intercept here. Or a lot to exploit here. Yeah. Okay, yeah, Tate said he bombed that too far. Which again is just like all the more for like... Just stay back. God dang. Hey, Wolf. GD, guys. Ah! Stop stacking! Alright, the mental note for Ike is also learn to get the hell out of there much faster.
60 seconds left on the clock.
Oh no, why? Yeah, that was a comms breakdown. So that's just the opposing team just having to push. It's a good read. All right. I'm not going to worry about that. Okay. So, decent game one. I don't think I'm going to do game three. I did have to warn the team to stop screwing around. And it started picking up here in game two. And I gave them the lecture. I did threaten to call them also the Black Dragon, so, you know. I maybe should have also threatened them as, like, if this keeps up, I'll just have, you know, Dale coach you. And he can teach you all the bad habits. So, I skied that? Somehow? That just might be a just, you know, reading issue. It's fine. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a misread. Don't be afraid to use your car. Because you can still knock that down with the bomb side of your car and then not bounce it in that way. I mean, I've heard you can do that. I don't know what that empty space on the back wall on the opponent's side is for. It's a good save, Rogue. So again, I think we need to work on this. So there was just a hesitation there on getting out, and I think we need to get Ike focused on just getting out quicker. Because again, you can always still turn. I think Rogue thought he was more pressured. Yeah. Man, I'm doing this a lot. Yeah. So again, like, if you thought you were being pressured, that's fine. Okay, so what happened on the defensive end? Like, perception goes up. Yeah, okay, so perception should not have jumped there. Like, yeah. So perception's out of play. Comes back. Okay. Gets boost. When you know what the count is, and in this case the count is you are 3, I would try and set my line up to turn right towards the goal line rather than upfield. Always. Yeah, perception should not charge that ball. So, like, here they should have just taken a line. And even here, they still had time, but they should have thought about being on the goal line. So. Yeah, and so here, Bull, after trying to get something good, should not. See, this is a problem, and here comes a midi flip too. They should think about going far post first. Like, you should actually be making that action, but again, like, it's just trust your teammate. Because, like, you know, you're basically also by doing this flip, you're out of the play. So it's like this is just like really bad because you can't do anything. Like, so regardless of what Rage does, like, Bull's out of the play here. And now gets back into play is behind Tate. And, like, pull shots Tate. But the problem is that's the blue net. So recovers. This kind of circles back. Yeah. I mean, for Rage, it's just trying to make that touch softer, and always hard to do in the Dominus. But hey, yeah, we're definitely not doing game 3. I mean, there's not really much to do here, right? It's just another kickoff goal. Well, I mean, I know where it starts. Just don't cut your teammate off. Like, and this is really why you don't. It doesn't matter if you have more open field here. Like, Perception just bombs this ball to the side. So, like, whose ball is this? Okay. Bull should be flipping for that, but, like, I understand that, you know, we're at the level where it doesn't necessarily happen. See, and this illustrates why. Even if Bull is going to bomb the heck out of this ball, like, look at all the places that I should say because, yeah. Even though, you know, 90% of the game population are big dumb males, but, you know, I should not shortcut it like that. So, like, there's just Bull could do whatever they want for the ball. Perception doesn't have those same options. Even with Tate going back. Like, there's just like less Uh, well, if it's more, attempting to show, some amount of respect. Even though I trash people all the time in this. Mostly it's the club, but sometimes unfortunately the club's org's opponents lead me to soapbox moments. Like here. Like again, this is and again, like you just stop when you stop here and you see everything, like this makes sense. Like this just should be Bull's ball. There's not really much Bull can do. Except not do a midi flip there, because you don't really need to do. You don't need to do a flip there. You just need to turn back and get to far post. Like I understand the thought, but like a flip just takes you too close to the wall, and you should drive the line, drive the goal line. So it just always gives you the best chance. And then for rage. Okay, so perception. Okay, so this is even doubly magnified. So perception is a double jackass. Who took both boosts and centered the ball to the opponent. Like, so, yeah, this is like Rage is just 100% screwed. It goes to follow, but is also playing boost. So, like, I mean, Rage has like 5% culpability here. But I mean, like, hey, perception, this is 95% their goal. And I hate to be harsh like this, but, like, come on. Like, I wouldn't even put up with this shit from Unforgiven. So, like, just, you're fine grabbing that, but it's just like, then you turn back, you grab the corner when you don't really need it in a situation where, I mean, I would be fine letting the opponent have that corner boost. So, but, anyways, here we are. So really, Rage is barely slightly at fault just because they kind of chased the ball a little. They should be taking account like their boost meter gauge and just like also be prepared for that ball to come hard off the wall. They kind of over pursued basically, which is tough to do when not on the ball, but that's exactly what happened. Now we're going to have the Rocket League overtime theme playing forever. It's okay. / why you bringing up all in front of the net. Even if the situation dictates, it's always dangerous. So I think Rook should have called that, but, whatever. But this looks like another defensive breakdown. Yeah, so again, very questionable rotation, and it's a suboptimal hit. Like, it just comes back to, like, don't rotate in the ball. It's like, I can understand there because Perception got the ball to ball first, but, like, again, you have to hit the ball correctly, and it kind of negated there. And then, again, just rotate further back. I mean, like, this is just now turning into a mess. It's almost like mistakes compounding mistakes. Bulls should absolutely be up for that. Like, yeah. So I can understand staying down, but Bull. So Bull is pursuing this like it's going to go up the wall, and I don't necessarily think that's correct. Yeah, because you get then a late jump on the ball, so then it's a correction. So yeah, it's just this is something this is like sort of the point is just like where people have the knowledge, to do stuff, but also haven't quite necessarily formed everything. So like I feel in a way diamond players are sometimes the most dangerous players to play with, especially the upper level diamonds, because it's like they can taste champ, and a lot of them think they would be grand champs anyways if it weren't for their teammates. Um, but it does kind of show from time to time. It's just like, you know, you've got stuff, but you're not there yet. Like, even Ike there. Ike almost runs into Rogue. Just like, and again, this is they start getting sloppy here. So like, I don't know how much my commentary is gonna help, but that's surprisingly another, soapbox moment. Is just stop fucking around and polish off your opponent. Like, it's on them. Like, there's no coaches poll, there's no AP poll. Just go out there, sweep them, crush them, whatever, and now you're done with your league match. Whew. Game 3 is unfortunately going to be more the same. So, I mean, again, like, I'm calling them out here, and I call them out after the match. It's just like, don't do stupid shit. So, yeah, we're not going to do Game 3 in the interest of probably my sanity. Also, hey, I managed to do 4 games in under an hour and a half. But I'll make my recommendations in the squad Discord. I think at some point, both Rogue and I need to consider double jumping, and I need to start getting good at that. Yeah. Aside from everything, and again, I think the rotations are okay, but they can definitely be better, and the comms just need to be better, and like just communicate. Because I don't think the squad is at the point of over communicating yet, so we don't have that problem. But I think the comms could be better, and the information just needs to be conveyed. So yeah, and Tate's probably gonna hate me because like they're really like I really didn't see much wrong from Tate at all. So the long term worry is that Ike and Rogue kind of occupy the same space. So we're gonna have to like try and fix that. Should they be on the field? So yeah. But yeah, Scorpions, this will go ahead and do it for now. I'll post my recommendations in chats. Of course, I'll load this to YouTube, so you can always review it when it gets deleted off Twitch. But I'm sure, like the weekly stuff is probably more relevant, because it shows progression. I mean, I would honestly probably say is that theoretically you're probably in the top half of the tier in IGL, so probably in the top half of your division. It's always hard to tell, based on random allocation of teams. But also, don't rest because you've got to bring your A game every week. And again, I explained it in chat. Tiebreakers matter because you don't want to be the New York Giants who are blaming the Philadelphia Phillies for not making for not trying, when they're sorry 6-10 asses, could have won some more games, maybe beat the not the Phillies, the Eagles, because they split, their season series 1-1, because tiebreakers matter. Scorpions should be well aware of that because 2 or 3 sessions ago they missed the playoffs on tiebreakers. So it's not all the people here, but there were a couple. They basically finished 17th. So yeah, that's the reason not screw around. Always bring your A game. So yeah, that will go ahead and do it. For live coming up in an hour, we got an in-house battle on Best Buds United. So we'll see you then. Everyone, thank you for watching and have a good day.